welcome to White Tiger Kenpo Purple Belt, Lesson 1. Congratulations on making your orange belt. You're one step closer, hopefully, to your ultimate goal of getting your black belt. In this first lesson, we're going to cover striking mace, crossing talon A, B, and C, as well as get you started on your first kata. There's 2 in this belt, so this will be short 2, which is a continuation of short 1, and we'll have some fun doing it. All right, let's get going. Okay, let's start with short 2. This kata is called, sometimes people call it the cat stance kata. It's going to use what some people refer to as a star pattern, because we're going to take not only your plus pattern that we did in short 1, but we're going to add our 45-degree angles to it. So we're going to be using 12, 3, 6, and 9, as well as a few of your off angles. And this, sometimes it kind of confuses students with using those angles after doing short 1, but it's not a big deal. We'll go through it slow and together. Okay, so let's get started with short 2. Now, short 2 starts off just like short 1 with your Kenpo salutation and then your bow. Now, from here, instead of stepping back, we're going to step forward with Chinese sword. And then we want to leave our right hand right where it is. Okay, we're not going to bring it back. We're going to leave it right there in the strike position, and then we're going to step forward and do it again. This way, this right hand will turn into a check for the weak side of Chinese sword. So you got Chinese sword power side. You leave your right hand there in place, and you're going to step forward left 12 and do Chinese sword weak side. So let's do that again. This is section 1 of short 2. So from here, step in, Chinese sword A, power side, leave the hand in place as you walk towards it, and do Chinese sword A, weak side. From here, this is where the cat stance name comes from. You're going to draw to a right cat stance. Put your right hand in chamber, left hand on top. Some people refer to this as a cup and saucer move. So we're just like this. Then we're going to step out left to the 9 o'clock position, just like we did. Angles are pretty much the same, and we're going to do a stop hit A. Then we're going to draw to a right cat stance as we have our left hand in chamber and right hand on top, and we're going to do stop hit A to 3 o'clock. So just like short 1 so far, we're going to do 12 o'clock, 9 o'clock, then 3 o'clock. So let's do it again. Salutation, bow, Chinese sword. Leave the hand stationary, left side, Chinese sword. From here, left cat stance, right hand in chamber, left hand on top. Now you don't want to stay here long, so as soon as you do it, just pull in and then step out and do stop hit. Then pull in, step out, do stop hit. Okay? And that is section 1 and 2 of short 2. Okay, now your first self-defense technique is striking mace. You have a right punch coming at you, and what we're going to do is this belt is all about teaching you crescent steps. Every other technique has crescent steps, and then a lot of them are going to be the same type of motion over and over and over again so that you build that pattern and ingrain it in your muscle memory. So in this particular case, we're going to use the crescent step going from cat and out of cat. So you have that type of a crescent step. You also have this type of a crescent step where you do like a half moon in and around a person's leg. Those are the 2 main crescent steps we're going to use throughout this belt. Striking mace is going to use the first one. As the right punch comes, first thing we want to do is obviously get out of the point of contact. We don't want to stand there and take the punch. As we've learned throughout yellow and orange, we stand and we block. In this case, we're going to use a parry block or a cross body block, and then you're going to kind of trap and hook the arm. So your first move is coming in with your right hand in chamber, left hand with a check, and then you're going to kind of hook that hand. Now, this is important. This is where a lot of people make mistakes, is they keep their shoulders square as they come in to do this. Now, remember, with a power pattern and a strike, you have to have one of the 3 power patterns with a strike. So, since this is a circular motion, we need a torque in order to develop the power to get anything behind this strike. So we're going to do that by stepping into a cat stance. We're going to have our shoulders pointed to about the 630, 730 position with our right hand in chamber. We're going to hook the arm, pull them in, and we're going to come over the top as we do a right vertical punch to their face, maintaining that check on their hand. So again, now you should be in pretty close to your opponent. Come in, now here's your torque. Okay, so this is what you need. You need to make sure you get that torque in there to get that power for that vertical punch. So turn the shoulders, come back in, throw the punch. The last move to this technique is a side thrust kick to break the knee out because you're right there in line. Okay, again, striking mace. Come in, slide out and punch. Bring the hand underneath your arm as you keep it in check. Side thrust kick. And you'll see this move later on in other upper belts as you continue on with the motion or show you how to do it in different ways. Okay, again, striking mace. Step out left to 1030. Left check. Hook the hand. Right cat stance. Right hand in chamber. Bring the hand in and pull them in towards you as you chamber. As you come out with a right vertical punch to the temple. Side thrust kick to the knee. Okay, from here. In, out, and break. Okay? You want to get it that smooth, but make sure those shoulders are turned. You get that torque for that strike, followed by the side thrust kick. Okay, from here, step, block, punch, side thrust kick. Again, one, in and out, and kick. Okay, and that is striking mace, your first self-defense technique. Now your second one is called crossing talon A, B, and C. This is for a straight arm wrist grab. A cross arm wrist grab. So as they come up and grab, the first thing we want to do is pin the hand or check it. We're really not hanging on to it. We just want to know if it tries to do something. So as the hand grabs, we're going to pin it. Then you want to bring your right hand up almost right to your face, just like what we could call looking in a mirror. Then the hand's going to roll over, and at the same time you do this, okay, you're going to step to a soft bow. Okay, so you want to get where you're practicing this like this. Because we're going to roll over and counter grab. This hand is going to pull the chamber. So this is just a temporary check, just until you start the motion. Okay, so this way you don't walk into something. So you just bring the hand up, left hand pulls into chamber. You're going to roll over and grab as you go from a soft bow to a horse. You're going to throw an inward block or a forearm strike is what we would call this in this case, to just above the elbow. Okay, let's do that part again. From here. Now a lot of people leave this off. I don't use the check. I go straight in and break. So I want to leave that one up to you, and depending on which instructor you have, some of them like to do it and some of them don't. So from here, hand up and counter grab, inward block, break. Now from here, your forearm is up on the elbow. You want to drop that hand down to the knife edge, and you want that knife edge just above the elbow. Okay, right in here. You got all those tricep tendons. And what you want to do is you want to take that knife edge and point the fingers up and down. Just think of going up a mountain and then down a mountain. You want to roll that knife edge right over those tricep tendons, and what will happen is he's going to go right with that. Okay? He'll have no choice but to go with that. And then once you're in this position, elbow the face, elbow the back, check the shoulder, left leg reap to take him to the ground, and then from there you can follow up with a standing arm bar, a cross-legged arm bar, cross-body arm bar. You have any number of options that you can do to follow up with that technique. So again, from here, hand comes up, left hand is going to go into an inward block position. As you go from your soft bow, you're going to do a forearm strike, open up that knife edge, drop the hand down, and roll that hand over so that they're now bent over, face down, elbow the face, elbow the back, check the shoulder, left leg reap to take them to the ground. Okay, from here. Now, once you understand A, B, and C are pretty much all the same thing, just different follow-ups. just different reasons for what you're doing. So from here, we're going to grab, break, roll over, elbow, elbow, leg reap. Okay? From this angle, come in, break, roll that knife edge over on them to make it a lot easier on yourself. Pull them in, elbow, elbow, break. So that is striking mace A. Now striking mace B, what we're going to do is as they come in, we're going to come in and we're going to break, and we're going to use that knife edge, but this time what we're going to do is try to hyperextend that elbow as we step back right and throw them right into another opponent or into a wall or a car. So on the B variation, come up, break, but instead of going into elbow, elbow, we're just going to adjust and throw them right into the wall. Then we have the C variation, which is identical to A, except for one thing. On C, they got two hands on you, so they're gripped down like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in with our other hand, and we're going to roll them over. So we're going to use muscle to muscle, basically, but we're going to attack the shoulder, not the hand. So as you bring that hand up, you're just going to roll that arm over, just like if you're going into an arm bar. Because theoretically, from here, you could go right into your arm bar. You're in the same position. Then from here, since we can't elbow, elbow, because we've got all of our weight on this to get it in position, we're going to do just the leg reap. So on B, hand comes up, roll over. You can't really do an elbow, elbow. You can try, but you're really probably not going to get that in there. And then you throw a leg reap. And what this is basically teaching you is just don't give up. Just because one way doesn't work doesn't mean there can't be a different way. This will also work if they got one hand on you and they're just cranked down. And the principle behind this, just like everything I've taught you from this point, is attack that shoulder. Don't try to lift it up and attack the arm, because they've got you in a, they're in the better position because they're up high as far as pushing down on your hand. So you want to just bring the hand up and roll that shoulder over. Like I said, you're pretty much in an arm bar position. Elbow, elbow, leg reap. Okay? And like I said, in the streets, that elbow is probably not going to happen, because if you're really having to put that much effort into it, letting them go could cause them to readjust their position, because you haven't really done much to them at this point, unless you got them in a pretty good arm bar or a takedown. So normally you would do elbow, elbow, but I honestly believe that in a street situation you're not going to get that in. You're just going to go right into the leg reap or go straight into an arm bar if you're already in that type of a position. So you have crossing talon A, B, and C. So let's go through them again. Crossing talon A, step forward, break, pull them in, elbow, elbow. Now, on a side note, elbow. This can also be a claw to the face. Even though it's not in the manual, there's no use wasting that effort or that energy. Just drop the hand down and claw that face up as you strike back down. So you're going to elbow, then just drop and elbow the back. Doesn't really take anything away from the technique, and it adds something to it, because you've got that strike right there. That could easily have just been a hammer fist, but since you're going to drive up, just rake that face or turn that head and then strike them back down. Then you have the B version. You're going to step in and break, but this time, for whatever reason, your multiple attacks, you're not in a position to elbow, elbow. You're just going to pivot 180 degrees and throw them right to the 6 o'clock direction into a car or somebody else. This is just a way to show you how you can possibly throw somebody. Then you have the C variation. Hand comes up. We're going to step over, pull them in, elbow the face, elbow the back, forward leg reap. Okay, and those are your first self-defense techniques and your first kata. So let's recap. We have short 2. You start with your salutation, Chinese sword, power side, weak side. Draw to a cat, stop hit. Draw to a cat, stop hit. Okay, that's section 1 and 2 of short 2. Then you have striking mace for a right punch. You're going to come in, check the hand and hook, right hand in chamber, cat stance, shoulder pointed to the 730 position, come in over the top of the arm, vertical punch to the temple, side thrust kick to the knee to break it out. Then you have crossing talon A, step in, soft bow, forearm strike, knife edge to take them over, elbow, elbow, or elbow, claw, elbow, if you want to throw that in there. Then you have the B version, step in, break, but you're going to continue to apply pressure. You're going to pull with your right, push with your left right on that tendon as you step back and throw them either into a wall, a car, or somebody else. Then you have the C version. You either have two hands or one really strong person. Left hand comes up. We're going to help with this. Bring the hand up, rolling over, using the shoulder as the weak point. Go almost into an armbar position. Elbow, elbow, leg reap. Okay? And those are your first two self-defense techniques and kata. Once you have that down and you're comfortable with it, come on back for lesson number 2, and we'll show you your next two self-defense techniques and go over your next couple sections of your kata. Until then, keep moving forward. You're doing a great job.